doesn't feel like Christmas when we're down here, does it? It's like fake Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Quick to blame. All right, we will follow the December 18, 2023 meeting of the zoning board of review of the town of Richmond to order. First matter substantively on our agenda is the approval of minutes from November 27, 2023. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the minutes and?
Yep.
Any
Yes.
issues?
No.
The only thing I noted, in the minutes, the attorney for the objectives, I think his last name is Rix, R-I-X. We didn't put that clean on the record, but I think it's R-I-X, so we can make that change. Otherwise, I'm good.
RIX throughout.
Yeah, please. That being said, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second? Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, minutes are approved. That brings us to the next matter, which is the continuation of the application of Matthew and Susan Squilante for a special use permit to intensify a legal non-conforming use at Hillsdale Mobile Home Park. That's at 465 Gardner Road, Site 44, designated Lot 22, on Assessor's Plat 1E pursuant to Section 1848040 of the Richmond zoning ordinance. One of our members, for the record, is recused. He is now going to sit in the audience. We left this matter by asking staff to prepare a draft decision for us, which we received. I didn't have any issues with it. I don't know if anybody else had any issues. No issues. My understanding is, although it's painstaking, I've been asked in the past to read the decision as the record. So if you folks are willing to listen to me for about 4 pages worth, we'll get through it. And I'll jump on this landmine here and reading this. We heard this matter on the 27th of November. We continued the matter to today's date for a decision, which is prepared, and I make the following findings of fact. The property is located at Hillsdale Mobile Home Park, a resident-owned, age-restricted mobile home park. The property is owned by Hillsdale Housing Cooperative Corporation Incorporated. The applicants are requesting approval to locate a new manufactured home on Site 44, which has been unoccupied since 2018. The mobile home park is a legal non-conforming use. The size of the mobile home previously located on Site 44 was 1,230 square feet. The applicants are asking for permission to intensify the legal non-conforming use by locating a larger manufactured home on the site. The applicant's manufactured home is 1,344 square feet. They plan to construct a 552 square foot deck, screened porch, storage room, and entry landing adjacent to the manufactured home, and a 192 square foot shed on the site. The new manufactured home will be located in roughly the same place on the site as the former mobile home. The existing shed on the site will be removed, and the new shed will be located roughly in the same place on the site. Susan Squilante testified that the Richmond building official has issued a building permit for installation of the manufactured home and construction of the adjacent deck, screened porch, storage room, and entry landing. She testified that the manufactured home is a 3-bedroom home, but it will be converted to a 2-bedroom home, and the extra room will be used as a crafting room. According to Exhibit 5, the site plan for the manufactured home, Site 44, is 11,800 square feet and is not located in a flood zone or within 200 feet of a wetland. Samuel Sourza, S-O-U-R-S-A, of Coventry Survey, is a registered land surveyor and certified by the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, DEM, as a Class 2 OWTS designer. The board voted to recognize him as an expert in on-site wastewater treatment system OWTS design. Mr. Sourza testified that he designed the new septic system in Leachfield for the manufactured home. He said that DEM concurred with the results of the soil tests he performed on the site, and that in his opinion, the OWTS will operate to the standards required by DEM regulations, will be adequate to treat the effluent from the manufactured home, and will not generate noise or odor. Donald Follett, a resident of the mobile home park, is the vice president of the board of directors of the Hillsdale Housing Cooperative Corporation. He testified that the corporation was established in 1994. He testified that the park has its own private water system, that the speed limit for the private streets in the park is 15 miles per hour, and that receptacles for trash disposal are provided. Exhibit number 9 is correspondence from Northeast Water Solutions, a firm that operates the park's water system. According to the correspondence, the water system will be able to provide adequate water to the Squilante's home. Attorney Jeremy Ricks, RIX, representing some of the residents of the park who object to the petition, cross-examined Ms. Squilante, Mr. Sourza, and Mr. Follett concerning the size of the Squilante home in comparison to the size of other homes in the park, and the percentage of Site 44 that will be covered by impervious surfaces in comparison to the percentage of impervious surfaces on other home sites. None of the witnesses were able to provide a precise answer to questions about the percentage of impervious surfaces on site 44 or in the park as a whole. Mr. Sorza and Mr. Follett both testified that there are other home sites in the park with homes as large as the Squillantes home. Based on those findings of fact, I make the following conclusions of law. Under zoning ordinance section 1852060 of the zoning ordinance, an applicant for a special use permit must demonstrate to the satisfaction of the zoning board that 1, the proposed use will not substantially or permanently harm the appropriate use of surrounding property. 2, neither the proposed use nor its location on the site will result in conditions that will harm the public health, safety, and welfare. And 3, the proposed use will be in harmony with the general purpose and intent of this title. Under section 1848040 subpart C of the zoning ordinance, when the zoning board of review is considering a request for a special use permit for alteration of a non-conforming use, evidence satisfying the following standards must be entered into the record at the public hearing. 1, that the granting of the special use permit will not be harmful to the public health, safety, and welfare, or alter the general character of the surrounding area, or impair the intent or purpose of section 1848040 or the comprehensive community plan. 2, that the site can accommodate the proposed level of use. 3, that satisfactory provisions have been or will be made concerning the following: A, ingress and egress to the property into existing or proposed structures with particular reference to automotive and pedestrian safety and convenience, traffic flow. And B, the adequacy and location of off-street parking and loading areas, trash or garbage storage areas, sanitary facilities, and utilities, with particular attention to the impact of noise, glare, or odor on the surrounding property. C, the adequacy and location of buffer areas and natural, vegetative, or structural screening to minimize the impacts of the non-conforming use, building, or structure on surrounding property. Continuing with the conclusions of law, locating the manufactured home, deck, and shed on site 44 will not substantially or permanently harm the appropriate use or surrounding property or alter the general character of the surrounding area, because the manufactured home, deck, and shed will be compatible in size and style with mobile or manufactured homes on other sites in the park, and the home will be located at least 24 feet from the adjacent home sites. Neither the manufactured home, deck, or shed nor their location will result in conditions that will harm the public health, safety, and welfare, because the on-site wastewater disposal system will be adequate to treat the wastewater from the home, and the park's water system will provide adequate potable water to the home. Site 44 can accommodate the proposed level of use because, according to the site plan for the proposed manufactured home, the site is 11,800 square feet, and the footprint of the manufactured home, storage room, deck, and porch will be 1,896 square feet. Locating the manufactured home, deck, and shed on site 44 will be in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning ordinance, because they will be located on an established site in a mobile home park, and the site is neither in a flood zone or within 200 feet of a wetland. The testimony of Mr. Follett demonstrated that the street system in the park is safe and provides adequate access for emergency vehicles, and that the park provides adequate trash storage and disposal. So on that basis, with those proposed findings of fact and conclusions of law, I make a motion to approve the special use permit that it be granted on those above findings of facts and conclusion of law, and on the condition that the building be constructed at the location shown in the site plan. Is there a second to that motion? There's a second. All in favor? Aye. All right. Motion passes. The special use permit is granted.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn? One motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, welcome back.